Pentagon's expert warning about a possible mothership coming close to Earth. It may sound straight out of a movie, but the Pentagon and a Harvard scientist have collaborated on a new draft report questioning if we're alone in the universe.
Would you describe yourself as a conspiracy theorist?
Well, I look at what officialdom tells us is happening and check it out. And if you can back that up with information, it's not a theory. And there are situations where you think, I think this could be this, or it could be that could be happening, that's a theory. But much of it is backed up by hard factual information.
Have you ever wondered why people believe in conspiracy theories? From flat earth believers to secret government plots and lizard people in power. It's not just about being gullible, there's real psychology behind it. Back in the 1950s, long before TikTok conspiracies or UFO documentaries on Netflix, a man named George Adamski became one of the first celebrity UFO believers. Adamski wasn't a scientist. He ran a tiny hamburger stand near Mount Palomar, California, right under a telescope observatory. But one night, under those same stars, he claimed he saw something extraordinary. A gleaming silver saucer descending from the sky. According to Adamski, the ship landed in the desert and out stepped a tall blonde man from Venus. The alien, he said, called himself Orphan and came in peace to warn Earth about nuclear weapons and our violent ways. Adamski said Orphan didn't speak with words. They communicated telepathically. He even claimed to have taken photographs of the saucer and received messages written in an alien script. Soon, people everywhere were listening to Adamski. He wrote books like Flying Saucers Have Landed and Inside the Spaceships, which became bestsellers. He lectured around the world, showing grainy photos of flying saucers and describing life on Venus, lush gardens, friendly beings, no pollution, no wars. But scientists were skeptical. By the 1960s, telescopes showed Venus was a toxic furnace, not the paradise Adamski described. His photos turned out to be suspiciously similar to chicken incubator parts and light bulbs. Still, he never backed down. He insisted he'd been chosen as Earth's interplanetary ambassador. Even when mocked by the press, he kept telling his story with the calm confidence of a man who knew the truth. And that's the thing about conspiracy figures like Adamski. Truth or hoax, they tap into something deeper. Our hunger to believe we're not alone and that someone or something out there might be watching, maybe even trying to help.
It's something like 125 million Americans and uncounted millions in other countries saw a unique combining of romance and technology. John Keats looked at the moon one time and wondered what there was in it that moved his heart. The scientists and engineers looked at the moon and thought they could send men to walk on it if they could build the hardware. It turned out they could, and they did. And perhaps 50 years from now or more, when people think of the past, they will look at the pictures from last night. But without waiting that long, here is a shortened and edited version of last night's romantic and technical history.
I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
In July 1969, the world watched in awe as Neil Armstrong stepped onto the moon, but whispers soon followed. What if it was all filmed on Earth? They said the stars were missing, the flag waved, and Kubrick shot the scene. a triumph for mankind, or Hollywood's greatest illusion?
Next senator from the state of Illinois, Barack Obama.
Ask you a question. I do not I can't trust Obama. I have read about him, and he's an Arab. He is not. No?
No, ma'am. He's
When Barack Obama stepped onto the world stage in 2008, he wasn't just running for president, he was stepping straight into a storm of conspiracy. A young, eloquent senator with a strange middle name born in Hawaii, or was it Kenya? That was the first rumor. The so-called birther movement claimed he wasn't even American. No matter how many birth certificates he showed, the story refused to die. Then came the next one. He's not just foreign, he's secretly Muslim. Never mind the church he attended in Chicago or the fact that his faith was Christianity. The internet had already decided. The man in the Oval Office was part of a hidden plan to turn America into a caliphate. And if that wasn't dramatic enough, some went biblical. They called him the Antichrist. Sermons, blogs, even YouTube preachers said he fit the prophecy, a charismatic leader who'd bring the world to its knees before the end times. Then came the government paranoia. Obama's building FEMA camps. He'll declare martial law and lock us all up. Empty warehouses became secret prisons. Routine military drills were rebranded as invasion plans. And when ISIS rose in the Middle East, the whispers returned. He created them. He's helping the enemy. By the time his second term ended, the internet had turned Obama into everything at once. A foreign spy, a false messiah, a secret Muslim, a global puppet master, even according to the deep corners of the web, a shape-shifting reptilian alien. Of course, none of it was true, but each story said more about us than him. When history changes too fast, some people look for hidden hands pulling the strings. Obama didn't create that fear, he just became its symbol. The truth was never as exciting as the myth, but in the end, the myths revealed something real. That belief, even false belief, can shape the story of an entire era. Let's start with the obvious. Humans love stories. Conspiracy theories offer that. Clear heroes, villains, and hidden truths that make sense of chaos. When something big happens, like a pandemic, a war, or the death of a public figure, our brains crave order. We don't like randomness. Psychologists call this the proportionality bias. It means we assume big events must have big causes. So instead of believing one person acted alone, we imagine a powerful group pulling the strings. It's comforting in a strange way. It replaces uncertainty with a story that fits. According to Karen M. Douglas and her team at the University of Kent, belief in conspiracy theories often comes from three psychological needs. Epistemic needs, the need to understand what's going on. Existential needs, the need to feel safe and in control. Social needs, the need to belong or protect your group's image. When people feel uncertain, powerless, or disconnected, conspiracy theories can seem like the missing puzzle piece. It's not that they're irrational, it's that they're searching for meaning when the world feels unpredictable. But here's the twist. Research shows that believing in conspiracies doesn't actually make people feel better. It often does the opposite, increasing anxiety, distrust, and feelings of helplessness. Conspiracy theories also thrive in groups, especially online. Social media algorithms feed people content that confirms what they already believe. This creates echo chambers where false ideas get stronger and harder to challenge. And once someone's identity gets tied to those beliefs, facts don't work anymore. Telling someone they're wrong just pushes them deeper into the rabbit hole. Psychologists call this motivated reasoning, when emotion outweighs evidence. Studies by Douglas and others found that exposure to conspiracy content can make people less likely to vote, less likely to vaccinate, and less likely to trust anyone in authority. It's not just about weird beliefs. It can actually weaken democracy and public health. So, what can we do? Psychologists say the key isn't mocking or arguing. It's building trust. Encourage curiosity, critical thinking, and empathy. Ask questions like, why do you think that? Or what evidence would change your mind? Because the fight against conspiracy thinking isn't just about facts. It's about human connection. If you found this interesting, hit that like button and subscribe. We've got more coming your way. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the real mystery is inside our own psychology.